So we're at the station now to take the ferry to go to Kadikoy. Basically from where we were at, we had to take the T1 tram and get off on the station Eminu. And then look for the ferry, which basically is just right across the street. There's all kinds of ferry terminals here along the water. And our ferry terminal is Kadikoy. There was just one right now that just left. They come every 15 minutes. And you can see the next one is at 10:50 in the morning. So that's the one that we're going to take. And we can use the Istanbul card to also take the ferry to get to the Asian side of Istanbul. So now we're here in Kadikoy Pier. We just got here. It was pretty easy. And this is the newer part. The part that we were in before. The European side is the older part. And this is newer, so we'll see how it is.
Okay folks, today we are here on the Asian side, here in Istanbul, in Kadikoy. Just landed or docked with the ferry, so gonna go take a walk around and see what we can find here on the Asian side. As many of you people may know, Istanbul is the only city in the world on two continents, Europe and Asia in this case. Never seen so many ATMs like in Istanbul. And they also feel pretty safe. We haven't seen anything weird or sketchy, so that's good. So guys, we're walking around here in Kadikoy. Seems like one of the main tourist streets, just off the pier. And we already seen 5 or 4, maybe 6 stray dogs, but it looks like they all have chips, microchips, so probably they track them, but they're all usually pretty chill. We already seen a Starbucks, so it means there is a pretty touristy and hip area. And a first impression compared to the old or the European side of Istanbul, just landing here seems all new, at least here in Kadikoy, just landing or just getting off the pier with the ferry. Hi. It seems there's already people, dressed New Jersey, Italians, all with tattoos and jumpsuits and necklaces. So it seems a pretty hip, up and coming neighborhood or whatever. We don't know that much. We just got here, but yeah, it seems interesting. It's just totally different. I'm sure there's another part, I think in north of here, called Ushkuda or something like that. It should be one of the most traditional and conservative of the city. And I guess apparently there's 180 mosques all in that neighborhood, so it's a pretty huge number. But here it seems pretty, actually seems more European than the other European side, at least this neighborhood. But yeah, I'm sure there's something interesting here too, and it's such a huge city that, I mean, we cannot possibly understand it in a few days, and then just our experience, how we see things. But still cool to walk around, and seems more young people. So let's see. We're here at this place waiting for our tea, our chai. I want to see if they give us just one chai, if they do the same scam techniques that they pulled on us at the Grand Bazaar. Let's see. Actually, it was like really spiced, but so this is our chai. This is the coffee where we get the tea, aram, without H, otherwise would be forbidden. So according to Stacy, since she's always up for conspiracies, she thinks that this might be just regular Lipton tea. They're just like making us pay 12 Turkish lira just for Lipton tea. What do you think of that, Stacy?
It tastes like just normal black tea, Lipton tea. There's nothing particular about it.
Yeah, I guess we'll never know the truth. So this coffee shop here, Aram, is approved because it was 12.50 and give us the right change, so it's an honest one. So this area here in Kadikoy, as you can see, there's already like a place called Workington. They do like co-working here. There's already a guy with a smart, with a laptop there. So I think there's a, tattoo piercing shop, burger house, vegan shops and stuff like that. So it's definitely a more up and coming young kind of neighborhood. There's also way more places with free Wi-Fi, so this is already like an indication that it's for like young people and people who work on the computer. And then when we got like at the Autogar bus station the other night, we couldn't find a signal or nothing. That's like a major bus stop. So obviously, if you like come here and pretty much every coffee shop and stuff like that has like Wi-Fi or internet connection, obviously it's already for digital nomads or young people or whoever needs to work on the computer, use the Wi-Fi. So that's already like kind of an indication how the neighborhood feels like, and which could be like a good thing. So it's a modern and new altogether. Stacey was saying it's already like a Rossmann shop that there was like a ton in Berlin. So maybe it makes sense because there's a lot of Turks in Berlin. So, and yeah, Siemens next to it. So it feels like, ironically more European here on this Asian side, on the other European side. So, but I guess probably since it was a kind of a newer area when they kind of like in a certain way they developed later than the old one, probably they developed more younger neighborhood, at least in this part, and there's another like more traditional old neighborhood on the north here. So it's still cool to walk around and see the site. And then here in front of me you can just see Chit Chat Cafe, and it says English course in a cafe. So if there's already like English courses or English meetup, here means definitely it's for like younger people or maybe less traditional people. So this must be like already the 4th or 5th tattoo and piercing studio that we've seen less than 20-minute walking. So definitely it must be a lot of young people living around here if they have like 4 or 5 tattoo studios like in 2 or 3 blocks here in Kadikoy. So this way there is a park that goes down there where the piers are. It's like a toilet. You can go there, but doesn't seem like a good area to hang around that much. Seems like kind of sketchy, especially if you go down there by yourself or if you're a woman. I mean, it's still during the day, but we're still more sketchy people than other parts that we've seen. So just keep that in mind if you're in the area. And for the most part, it's pretty safe. Like, it's a huge city, so I'm sure there are like sketchy areas, and this one like look one of those. I mean, there's a big park down there, so there must be always something going on down there, but still during the day nobody will probably bother you.
I mean, it seems like we were walking around this morning at like 10 or 11, there was nobody, and now like we're off one of the main streets, but the main street, like here you can see like tons of people, and it's like 2 in the afternoon. So it seems like here people are going out at like 1 or 2 in the afternoon, like it starts to get busy. So now we're getting back to Emanu, onto the European side. We're done with our day in the Asian side in Kadikoy, and so now we're just waiting for the ferry, and this is how many people are in front of us. And behind us, it seems like there's always people like in the afternoon. It's like pretty jam-packed.